guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. It's Kayla Marie and today is Saturday. It has literally been rainy all day. It's only 11 a.m. but the rain and hail woke me up at like a solid 5 a.m. Good start to my morning. Honestly, just been like cleaning and getting everything nice and cozy. I have these two new lamps in the middle of my apartment, which like really just like brings the whole vibe together and came out exactly the way that I wanted it to. Right now, about to start working on some other stuff. I've got like these little minuscule tasks and stuff for jobs and all of that jazz. We're a little stressed because I am in fact supposed to be renewing my lease and it needs to be signed by tomorrow. But nobody wants to return my call or email, so we love that for me. Just slightly stressed, already like very much irritated, and I've been irritated for a very long time now because I have been dealing with just like really bad anger spurts, and I've really been trying to like reel it in and control it, but it's very hard to do that when I feel like everybody is being stupid. That's the tea on that. I made myself a coffee. Yesterday I made my own peppermint syrup and it is fab. It is so good. We love. I'm gonna try and lock in. Honestly, I haven't been vlogging because I just like don't love to show myself when I'm in like these irritated moods. And that has just been the cause of a lot of stuff recently. Like, this is why I need to go back to therapy, because like therapy truly healed a lot of parts of me, and like when I don't have somebody to shit talk to, it's like hard. I'm just very on edge about a lot right now, and I'm just very much mad at the world about a lot, and I'm really trying not to be, but every single time I like calm down and I like get myself back together, I just get pissed off again, or something triggers me to get pissed off again. And it could be the simplest thing. It could be the way that my arm looks right now in this freaking tank top. It could be the fact that my hands are sticky from my coffee and that without getting my hands sticky. It could be the fact that these people aren't going to call me back. It could be literally anything. And it's becoming very hard. But also at the same time, like secluding myself also doesn't help. So we really are just like in the thick of it. And it kind of leaves me just very uninspired, very much like I just like literally stare up at the ceiling because I don't want people to see me like that. You know, I'm trying to like make today a good day. I think I'm going to try and build a new vision board and journal, and I want to try and get back into reading. I started the Bell Jar, which is part of my 2025 TBR list that I posted on my TikTok. So go check that out if you haven't already. I feel like my life has been very boring. I truly feel like all of my problems would be solved if I had a job. I am very irritated at just the things that have been done to me during my unemployment. But I also feel like I can't name drop or speak on those things because I haven't gotten a job yet. So, and I'm not going to know if I have a job until not this upcoming week, but the next week. So it's coming, but it still is just like, I tend to film myself when all of that is happening, but in the sake of being real, I know we all go through that. So that's where we're at right now. Okay, guys, we are feeling much, much better. Yeah, she was a little insane there for a second, but it's okay. It did, in fact, stop raining. Look at this. It stopped raining. It still looks cloudy, but, like, I swear it's like bright, like bright. I feel like I look like a ghost. I thought about self-tanning today, but for New Year's, I'm like doing stuff and I don't want to buy new foundation because I don't have like what the shade I am of self tanner. After it has developed, I do not have that shade in foundation, nor will I go buy one. So potentially we may be pale, but I think for the outfit, it will be better being tan. But that's a different story. I just got done doing a lot actually on my to-do list. I had to email this lady back. I had to email a couple ladies back. And then I finished my write-up for this guy, which like literally, why are we doing pre-interview tasks? That is the first interview. You wanting this from me is the first interview, okay? And then when we meet, that's the second interview, and nobody can tell me otherwise. But anyways, did that. It's like a real estate thing, so that's kind of cool. And then I emailed, this other lady back. We love that so much. And then I submitted a request for my ceiling. It's like over there above my bed. It's been maybe like 2 or 3 months now. I honestly should have put it in sooner. I just didn't. And now it's like a little bit bigger, but it's okay. We put it in finally. And I touched base with a guy as far as my lease goes. He's writing up my new lease. Everything will be great. Everything will be amazing. So that takes a weight off of my shoulder. I canceled one of these subscriptions that I just like was not using, and it is very, very pricey. So I don't have that on my back anymore either, which is nice. So really the only things that I need to do is I need to build a new vision board. I need to edit a YouTube video that like I've already edited, and then my SD card got yanked out of my laptop, so it didn't save. So like the files in Final Cut Pro that are in the timeline are like invalid file. So that sucks. Considering the vlog like was 40 minutes and then I narrowed it down to like 20 minutes. So I hate that. But yeah, gotta post it anyway. So I gotta re-edit that. And then I need to apply for jobs. And then that's really it, other than me having to email this other lady. Sit down, get some popcorn because you're gonna need it. Basically, I interviewed with a small business here in Dallas. It's not small. They do in fact have like 5 or 6 brands that they own, okay? Although I'm not gonna name drop. I will tell this experience because just so aggravating. I have this interview, it's for a brand manager, and the interview goes great, okay? She seems very nice. She is a yapper like me. And, you know, she's telling me about all of these problems that she's had in the past, right? Like, and truly, like, interviews really are just like, interviews in social media are they're either like heavy on the trauma dump. They are heavy on like you having to prove yourself, or they're heavy on like you knowing an industry and like you being able to talk about one topic for like 30 minutes straight. And this one happened to be a trauma dump of everything that's gone wrong, of the mistakes that an agency made, how bad it was, whatever, like, and I am asking these questions as well of like, you know, where are you? What are you wanting to accomplish? Like questions that a brand manager should be asking, okay? And like the conversation is great. It was a little bit longer than it should have been. She tells me I'll hear from her by Friday. This is the Friday before Christmas, okay? We are now on December 28th, which is Saturday. So like a week ago, she told me I would hear from her. I don't hear from her. I email her on Friday. I, do my thank yous, whatever. I'm excited, blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah. I wake up on Monday. Well, this past Monday. The day before Christmas Eve, okay? And I read this email that she sends me, which is essentially her being like, I loved our conversation, but I'm actually gonna work with someone that I've worked with in the past. And I was like, huh? Because you would think, and as a previous small business owner, I have thought this as well, is that if you knew in your mind that you had someone that you had worked with in the past that you were like, I would love to work with them again. I think this is the perfect person for this position that I'm initiating. And like, I think that they would do a great job. Normally you would reach out to them first. And then if they were busy, if they were already in an agreement with something else, like if they couldn't, then you open it up on LinkedIn, you go and explore other options, and that is how you find me. So not only did you waste my time and your time, and keep in mind in the interview, like she had mentioned that this was a position that like she wanted the person to stick around, like she could see this being a VP position and there was a lot of growth opportunity and okay? And so I'm like getting all giddy because I'm like, oh, this is exactly what I was needing to hear. Like, this is right up my alley. I would kill it. Like, this would be amazing. And the fact of me, like her not choosing me isn't the fact that like I'm not qualified enough. It's not that, I didn't have what it's literally nothing to do with me. It is the mere fact that there was never an even playing field to begin with because her mind was like, on this other girl or whoever, And like, that's what pisses me off the most is like the fact that she should have just done that and went with that before I even became involved in the situation. The email continues and it says that once they make it over this hump of like growing, there's going to be so many other opportunities. Let's think about this, okay? She made me do one of those personality index things, right? Which I love those things. They're great, whatever. Which we all know that I am, which is commanding, hardworking, that I'm a leader, that I like to do things a certain way. I'm organized. I very much can come into a situation and like get the ducks in a row, okay? That is the personality test that she told me I was. And so to know that and then to tell me like that there would be other positions, like babes, I was going for the position. I was going for the top position. And what makes you think that I would be satisfied with a position below that when I'm qualified to be that position and when I wanted the growth of that position? Because if I get in, I'm going to be going for that position and killing for it. Like, I will be out for blood, okay? What makes you think I'm going to be, one, satisfied financially, and two, satisfied career-wise, just personally, with settling and taking less than what I originally was looking for? So that shit just doesn't make sense to me. The worst of it all, though, at the very end of the email, she's like, also, we do have stuff on the sales retail side. If I wanted to go back into retail, I would have gone back into retail, okay? And it really does just kind of go hand in hand with like, and I talked about this with my friends, like after this happened, because I was like, these girlies will understand, is that I truly had to take basically almost a week to really just calm myself down, because I shared a story to my friends, or to my like only friends on TikTok, about another situation. And I've thought about either making a YouTube video about this or maybe like releasing a podcast episode. I don't know yet. About all just the effed up stuff that has happened to me during my unemployment, because it's been a lot. And the reality is like, this shit sucks. That really, this was my 13th reason why. It really was. It was 2 days before Christmas, and I was just like livid. I was talking with my friends about like how just vile it was for her to even try and offer those things, because it was like, okay, if you're choosing someone that you already have worked with over me, and I come in as a retail associate, manager, whatever, and you're telling me that all these opportunities are going to open up, and let's say they open up, then that means I should have precedent over anybody else on the outside. But the reality is that could not happen. We don't know what's going to happen. And I can't do with these like what ifs anymore, okay? Like, I'm sorry, but like the way that this is happening, also, why even tell me that? Like, you could have just said you were going with somebody else, another candidate, point blank period, and then like I could just ask for my feedback and we could go our separate ways. The other side of the coin is that this is very much just reinstilling the fact that like it is who you know. And in that case of the world that we're living in, I don't want to like cut off that bridge and that networking opportunity either, you know, because if that's what we're doing, then, you know, maybe I'll need you in the future, you know? So it really has been a week of me trying to get over my ego. And honestly, like I was talking about earlier in this vlog, of me getting just like pissed and just being very violent this week, is like, that's a really big part to it. I am now 5.5 months into unemployment. No, 4.5, 5 months. I don't know. I've been a long time in unemployment. And at this point, like, it really does suck because I like have a lot of opportunities that started before the holidays, but now I like am now having to wait 2 weeks in the middle of everything to be put on hold for the holidays. And then now I'm like, okay, are we going to pick back up? And like, I've been left kind of in the dust and very just not knowing. Now I'm going into this new year and I'm like, okay, I'm still applying for new jobs because truly you cannot know and think anything. I was talking to my friend Izzy last night and I was like, I cannot think or assume or even allow myself to feel like I have something in the bag. Nothing is in the bag. Nothing is true. Nothing is right. Truly, because I have thought this in the past, like where I'm like, yeah, like I definitely have this job. Like I nailed it. And then for whatever reason, they don't go with me or they restructure the company or it's not going to be a position anymore. Email on Monday was just really like my 13th reason why. So yeah, but that's the update. I think there's a Stars game going on or something. Maybe it's the Mavs. I don't know. But there's a man yelling on the street and I can hear him. But those are the vibes. Okay. Bye-bye.